Lately, I've been offered some cool laser engravers and CNCs, and I love putting them to the test and creating with them. The tool I'm showing you today, the Genmitsu Kiosk, is the first one I directly asked for, because I think it'll fill a need more than any other engraver I've used so far, and that's branding my items for the marketplace, for this YouTube channel, and simply adding my logo on stuff that wouldn't usually fit in a laser engraver. Thanks to woodstarter.com for providing me with the opportunity to put this to the test, put branding on my current inventory of items, and much more. This is ready to use out of the box. You only need to insert the laser, which slides in and holds with a little screw tab. Right away I noticed this metal tab, which is the laser's height calibration tool. Once you're set, just flip it back up and a magnet holds it up. Looking around, I don't see a flange to connect on the back here, and it seems you only get it if you order the filtration kit. Having a normal exhaust out of the window system here would have been nice to have an included plastic flange. I printed one on my old 3D printer and stuck it there with double-sided tape, which works fine. I wouldn't run this as hard as I'm about to run it if it wasn't connected to this exhaust, because laser engravers make a lot of smoke. It's nice that the kiosk has a fan there though, which helps with the extraction as my exhaust fan is quite far down the line. Even if I prefer to use the PC, I tried using this with the app at first, as I might end up using the engraver on the go without access to my shop's PC. That went great, and got me a quick engraving on the basswood samples the machine came with. I started by simply engraving my logo on a piece of basswood. My first run was too hot, too much power or too slow. I adjusted both variables for the second time, less power and faster, with great results. Next, I tested engraving my logo via tracing the image in Lightburn, instead of the line per line like an old school printer. This gave me a super crisp and deep engraving, perfect for what I've got to throw at it next. Let's get started. I made this bandsaw box a while ago, and it's the perfect tall and flat surface to add my logo to. The max the kiosk can do is 100 by 100 millimeters, which is a little under 4 by 4 inches. You can raise the whole laser system from the base with the 4 screws in the back here. You have to completely remove the screws to adjust it, so it takes a minute or two, but it's not hard to do. Now that I can fit the box under the laser, let's get engraving. You should always wear safety glasses when laser engraving, but when running it raised like that, I think it's especially important. You wouldn't want to bend over and get a straight glance at the laser. Also, as you can see, when using it in the fully raised position like this, the smoke comes out from the bottom, not much of it gets out from the back exhaust. When you use it in its original position, it catches all of it in the exhaust because the orange walls go right to the bottom. It came out nice. Not as dark as the basswood example, but that's probably because it's actual wood and there's a finish on it. Before I test some bigger items and even put the whole laser under a chair to brand it, I wanted to test a few different materials for those who plan to use this as their only laser or for small items. As you'll see, this is a super capable unit. It impressed me on those following materials. First, I tried some PU leather patches, and right away, using a scaled version of the settings I used at 20 watts, it worked great. You'll notice there's squares around the logo. I was trying a setting in Lightburn, and speaking of Lightburn, I set the laser at 5% during framing, which lets you see a dot while it frames the object. Clearly that was too much for the leather, as it marked it. I redid the logo, now traced instead of drawn. This came out nice and crisp, perfect. Next, I used again scale settings of what I used before on acrylic, red and black. The last time I did black acrylic, the logo came out a little white, and now it came out black on black, which I think looks amazing. I think I went too hot last time, but whatever happened, I hope I can recreate it doing something real soon. Now back to engraving big items, and stay around, I'll be engraving some tiny ones next, and seeing if it can frame and laser very narrow items. First, I want to engrave this wall-mounted coat hanger that I've had in my shed on and off for sale without success. I'm going to lower my price a lot, but it's gonna have an ad to my company on the back. Cheap comes with a price. Let's engrave it. I went real small with this logo, and it's pretty amazing how clear it came out for being barely wider than my smallest finger. I'm glad they sent me the 5-watt version. I didn't ask for a specific one. It's offered in 2.5, 5, and 10 watts. And as you can see from the specs on their site, the smaller the wattage, the smaller the laser dot. So tiny engravings like this look more crisp. Keep that in mind when choosing the wattage. If you're not going to use it to cut, maybe 2.5 or 5 watts is best, while 10 watts would be great to do some cutting. Now that this logo is done, let's find something much bigger to engrave, like the underside of this chair. I balanced it upside down using this paint can, and removing the bottom metal sheet of the kiosk, I can now engrave directly on the surface under the machine, which in this case will be the underside of this chair. Before I engrave more big things, I wanted to test precision a bit. I got 3 sizes of dowels, 3/8, a quarter, and an eighth of an inch. With light burn, I framed it using the laser at 5% so I could see it hit the wood, now without leaving a trace like on the PU leather. The first one came out perfect, which is pretty normal, as 3/8 is pretty wide. Let's try on the smaller ones. At a quarter inches, it came out great. Not as crisp as the 3/8, but all nice and complete. The eighth one started to lose precision because of the curve of the dowel. Now let's get some branding on items. I've been making and selling wooden mallets on matbuilds.com, and engraving them has always been a hassle because of alignment, thickness, and holding the mallet straight. The kiosk makes doing this super easy, just like with the wall coat hanger. On 2 of my table saw jigs I made not so long ago. For those, same as the chair, I need to remove the bottom and drop the machine on the items. For the first one, I simply had to align it visually, the machine, then press go. Once I'm done, I carefully remove it, and that's it, without having to put this giant thing into an engraver. The second one, my cross cassette, the machine only fits sideways, so I rotated the logo 90 degrees. The rest was the same. Using the settings I figured out earlier, I get nice result immediately. I wanted to try one last material before I get to cutting wood, and it's glass. I've read online a bit, and using tempera paint, a few layers of black to hide the glass, you can engrave glass using diode lasers, so let's give it a try. I went with 100% power, since most guides I saw were already using 100% power for more powerful 10-watt and over laser. I put my speed at 1500 millimeters a minute, a bit slower than what those people were using, and started engraving my channel logo. When I got this engraver, I had no idea it had the potential for glass, and this is my first time doing some, so this is pretty exciting. Once you're done, you have to go wash the paint off, but from my initial looks, it seems like it worked. It came out perfect. This machine can definitely engrave glass. I can feel the engraving with my fingers. This is not going away with time. Now, I said I'd cut some wood, so let's try it. I don't have a cutting base, so I'll use blocks of aluminum I have around as a double base. My first setting at 150 mm per minute and 100% power. Cut, but from the looks of the cut, I think I can go faster, and I want to give a good idea of what kind of cut speed this can do. After a few cuts, 250 mm per minute seems to be perfect. As 300 did it cut through, this is good enough to do some cutting, but if you plan to doing a lot of it, I suggest going for the 10 watt model. As this 5 watt one and the 2.5 watt one are more geared towards engraving. But as you can see, this 5 watt one can do both very well. The Genmitsu Kiosk is a great machine. The engraving is super crisp from the small laser point. It's as easy to use as any other laser engraver, which does have some learning curve, but this one is as easy as it gets. For the negatives, having to print my own adapter to extract out the window is not great. I think it should come with a connector letting you hook up your own system or tube. Raising and lowering the machine can feel a little flimsy, but it works fine and sure adds a lot of amazing functionality to this machine, making it very unique in its range of stuff it can work on. So that's not really a negative. Other than those two minor points, I think this is a great machine and I'll sure use it a lot in my shop to engrave, add branding, or just engrave things that don't fit in my traditional laser engraver. Thanks again to woodstarter.com for providing me with this machine to test and review. Check out the links in the description. I hope this review helped you make a proper decision. Thanks for watching and see you next time.